It's week 1 of the National Football League, and we've got a showdown in the AFC East. It's the Pats and the Dolphins, and it's coming up next.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today we get the season started with an AFC East tilt right off the bat between the New England Patriots and the Miami Dolphins. I'm Brandon Gaudin, joined by my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. And at long last, it's time to begin another season in the NFL. And if this looks familiar, Charles, it's because it is. For the third straight season, Miami and New England will play each other in week 1. It's kind of becoming something of an unofficial tradition for these two.
And we'll take it if they keep playing games like we've seen over the last 2 years, because New England scored a late touchdown to secure a win in 2020, then had a red zone fumble in 2021 to let Miami hang on for a one-point win last year in Foxborough. It's like in boxing. You get 2 great fights, each guy takes one. You definitely want the rubber match to see who is the better team. And Miami feels like they've really closed the gap.
Here's a punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. And we are underway from Miami. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Well, we get a first look at this Patriots offense, and of course leading them for his second season. Last year's Rookie of the Year runner-up out of Alabama, Mac Jones.
I think we'll all remember 2021 as a banner quarterback draft, and we saw 5 taken in the first round. It was actually the 5th of those 5, Mac Jones, who was the runner-up in the Rookie of the Year voting with the 5th most yards by a rookie in league history. The Patriots, they have to be dancing in the streets with the idea that this guy is going to be their quarterback for about the next 10 years.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. If they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the game.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried to dump off, lost yardage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. And here comes the Miami offense now, and it's the Southpaw, his 3rd season at the wheel for the Fins. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa.
For the 2nd consecutive season, Tua is a starter and Miami is a team. Both had winning records, but missed the playoffs. His numbers, they weren't terrific. Only 2,600 yards and 16 touchdowns against 10 interceptions. But he also overcame fractured ribs early in the season to return and play well down the stretch. And don't forget, when he did come back, he led Miami to 6 straight wins, which kept them in the playoff race.
Let's go!
On play action, here's Tua. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Ready.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on third down. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
Give him 30 yards there.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Dolphins are on the board here first in the season opener. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They saw their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it is with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate. They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third. Here's Jake Bailey now. Here's Hill on the return. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. So Miami coming out for their second drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. It's caught at the 10. It's a big play there for Miami. And even 40 yards.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off Week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
Here's Tua. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Dolphins are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now 14-0. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. Throwing Jones. Setting up the screen, Harris. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. They run with a 4th-year man. This is Damian Harris. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Now Jones. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And this returnable for Hill. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in week 1 this year. And it'll pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try and pass downfield that fell incomplete.
A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Cedric Wilson, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Dolphins are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Well, it's only week 1, CD, but right now this offense, they look in mid-season form.
And what we're seeing is the benefits of all their dedication in the offseason. OTAs, mini camps, preseason, you name it, they did it. All that work in preparation, we're seeing them play really well right now. They're making it all pay off.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 21-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. New England trying to get a place on offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to Stevenson on 1st down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a New England 1st down. They run once more with Stevenson. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. Flushed out right. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 37. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to get it back here just past the 35. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Now a dump off here complete. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down. A good gain on 1st. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They're going deep for Hill. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown. Jalen Waddle. As the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow, because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Sanders now to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From the 31, Jones. Henry's got it out on the left side. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot before break. Jones. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this one is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. And it's the Ravens out in front as that game moves towards halftime. Lamar Jackson has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we head down south to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. Chris Olave, a touchdown reception. Lastly, we head to Southern California to check on the Rams at home at SoFi Stadium. And they were losers in their ball game as the visiting Buffalo Bills come in and took it to them. Josh Allen, 2 touchdown passes as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats for New England in that first half. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts. As you can see the numbers there. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Noah Igbenogany from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
No question, that was needed by the defense because they're already trailing by a couple of scores. They had to get off the field without allowing another one. That sack on the first play, that may have derailed this drive.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Tua. That's going to be caught downfield by Hill. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Here we go, back. Ready?
Now Tua on the bootleg here. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Let's give a little credit to the defense on that one. They resisted quite well, and that pass fell incomplete. But this ball game for him, that's just a momentary speed bump. He's played awfully well throwing the football.
Tua's throws taken in by Waddle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener, and it's a first down. Play action, now it's Tua. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The end result, 21 yards. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa being chased out left. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Tua sets up to pass it. Throw left side complete. That's Wilson. Touchdown Dolphins. Cedric Wilson already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, CD, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying getting attention, and then to start the season, they will be heading into Week 2. This has been an impressive Week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes this 35-0 now. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. It's Stevenson with a run to begin the drive. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Looking to throw. Jones. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. Tua going to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Now, familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening it up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Sanders on for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now out come the Patriots.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Jones on 1st and 10. And his throw here's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw. Jones. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Jones throwing on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Watch out for Hill on the return. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he's really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And going deep for Hill. It's caught at the 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1, oh good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
And 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Sanders now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tiny 2-play drive that time. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. New England's offense set to go. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Operating from the gun, Jones. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Jones now on 3rd down. And that's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now Hill to return it.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Tua now on 1st down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. A very solid gain of 27.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
I think it's pretty evident that any blowout isn't going to be big enough for them. They're already up 7 full touchdowns, and it's still not stopping them from throwing it deep downfield, taking their shots, trying to add more points.
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
You know, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, You can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their exit.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this.
Play is under review.
They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. New England trying to get a place on offense. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Jerome Baker, he's the one that drops in this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Looking to throw. Jones. Open receiver here. Complete. It's Parker. And way up past the 35. Down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. He'll find Parker again. Complete.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Now Jones throwing on 1st down. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. And this will be incomplete.
This has been a rough one to put it mildly for him, but after this one's done, you just feel like in the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw again. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 33. Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. But he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Well, not only is this defense pitching a shutout, now they're contributing points themselves. I mean, they have really put together what's almost been a perfect effort here in this one.
I love how you express that. They've absolutely exceeded expectations in this one, and even better than their play, it's been their effort. Even with the win in their back pocket already, every one of those guys is still out there fighting like it's a tie game.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you can hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that That's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed to sleep.
So for Miami, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they go down to defeat here in the opener.
And they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers.